Welcome to the Princess Power Hour, where we show you how to go from pauper to powerful by transforming your health, your wealth, and your relationships. Here's the princess of podcasting herself, Natalie Thomas.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. Thank you for joining us today. We are going to have a fun show, and I'm so excited to hear what our guest has to say. This is a topic like right down my alley. And we are going to be talking with Meagan Ward, and I'm going to tell you more about her in a minute. We're going to be talking about how to close high-end sales in a soulful way. But before we do that, I'm going to tell you about my lipstick color of the day. And this is a stretch for me. I know that the nudes are like super popular right now, and it's kind of not my style. Those of you that follow me know that I like the bold, bright colors. And this one is called Apple Cider. I have a girlfriend who looks amazing in the lighter colors, and so she inspired me today. So shout out to Christina Mulroy. And just for a little bit of highlight, I stuck some gold glitter gloss on there. But here's the cool thing, and Meagan's sitting here with me and waiting to be introduced. And check this out, Meagan. Here's the cool thing. It's not the color. It doesn't kiss off. It doesn't smudge off. This stuff is lead-free, wax-free, cruelty-free, GMO-free, it's vegan, and it's FDA approved. Is that like seriously cool, Meagan, that this stuff doesn't come off?
That's amazing.
Yeah, like have you ever seen anybody just rub their face? So, and the really cool thing is I'm wearing all of their eye makeup as well, and that stays on all day without smudging, smearage, blending, all that stuff, how our eye makeup through the day can crease and all those other things. So I know you are a busy coach, and it's so nice to be able to slap it on in the morning and it stays there all day. I mean, through eating, drinking, talking, smudging it on my face, everything, or, smudging away at my face, not getting it to smudge. So anyway, everybody, you can get that over at www.lipstickkissesandlove.com. And what you want to do is pick out a gorgeous color and then select a gloss. We have, I don't know, probably a dozen different glosses, but the gloss is the secret sauce that locks it all in and keeps it moist. Now, I add more gloss throughout the day before I eat and after I eat and things like that, and once in a while after I've smudged it multiple times. But the color is going to stay there. It's guaranteed a minimum of 4 hours, and it will last up to 18 hours. We apply 3 coats and the gloss, and you are good to go. So everybody, let me tell you about Meagan. She has been sitting here so patiently while I have rambled. She is a soul-aligned sales coach. And I'm going to make my information bigger because it just got wonky on me. So my lipstick didn't, but my printout did. I don't know what happened there. Okay. And for visionary entrepreneurs who want to make a massive impact and income in their businesses, she believes that sales is not only about products, services, or scripts, but an intimate conversation between two souls. She teaches her tribe to connect with their highest selves so that they can close high-end sales today. Girl, like you got me. I'm hooked. Okay. I just can't wait to hear about this. Like, how on earth? How did you get into that? Let's hear it.
It's been quite a journey. Quite a journey. So I got into sales as we know it in college. I was looking for a part-time job, and on campus we had a call center to raise money for like scholarships and financial aid. And I was like, great, easy way to make money. I probably won't be so super good at this, but I'm going to give it a try. 8 years later, I made it my career. And over the course of those 8 years, I saw people do it really well and things that I loved. But I also saw people approach sales purely as a transaction, and that didn't sit well with me. Okay. So when I got into the entrepreneurial space, I started off as a business coach and realized I can help people with like general business things like marketing and setting up your funnels and whatever. But my passion is helping you close high-end sales so that you don't have to feel icky or sleazy or salesy or pushy. And you know that both people are leaving that interaction feeling so good and so soulful and so connected in a deeper way than just the transaction.
Wow, that is so cool. Like I'm listening and all these memories are flooding my mind. For me growing up, I think I always thought of sales as sort of the slick, pushy used car salesman person. And I was shy. People don't know it about me. People don't believe me about me. I tell it and they don't believe me. But my core is shy. And I took some acting classes like in junior high, and it helped a little bit. But I got into sales also in college. No, excuse me, it was right out of college. And I worked for Nordstrom. I wasn't selling, product. I'm just helping people, but they work on commission. And I remember my mother-in-law saying to me, Natalie, I remember that when I went in there, they ask you if they can put whatever you have in your hand in the fitting room. And maybe, if you do that, then you're their salesperson. So that one little tiny tip helped me become the top salesperson for the entire company.
Wow.
Okay. Not just my new Nordstrom, but all of them. And I worked in the children's department. So typically you have mothers that are shopping for their kids without their kids. And somehow that one tip worked. But I think you're talking about something much deeper. And I want to hear, because I know that with my, you don't know this, my main business is Chanson Water. I sell water ionizers, which is a high-end product, okay? And most people have never heard of them. They don't know what they are. So because of that, and because I hate sales, and I don't want to be pushy, it's different with the lipstick because it's a passion. It's fun, and it's this wow product, but it's different than a high-end thing, right? So I've always positioned myself as an educator, just looking to help people, and inform people. And I'm completely detached from whether they buy or they don't buy. So, okay, tell me, come on, girl. What do we do as a soulful selling?
I mean, that's one of the biggest keys to start off with, is detaching yourself from the outcome. When you're so attached to what somebody says or what somebody does on the call, you get into this desperate, grabby, needy energy, and everyone can pick up on that. You can feel that from like a mile away, and nobody wants to give you $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 if you have that energy. The way that I view sales is exactly the same as you. All of my sales happen in my marketing. I view myself as an educator as well. If I can serve you, if I can give you one tip or trick that you can apply today to close a high-end sale, I've done my job, and I've also shown you I know what I'm doing.
Wow. Well, I just like your numbers. When you started, you said $5,000, $10,000, $20,000. Like, I'm like I froze up inside. Like, you just made what I think of as a high-end sale, in the $2,000 range, look puny, girl. Like, wow. Okay. So do you want to practice? Do you want to sell me something?
Sure. What do you want to be sold? See, this is the difference in what I teach, is I don't actually do any selling. In my mind, the person coming onto the call with me has seen my marketing, so they know that I'm good at what I do. Mm-hmm. And it's not a matter of me selling myself to them. Mm-hmm. It's a matter of me seeing if they're a good fit for what I have to offer, and if their highest self, like their soul, is ready to say yes. And if all of those align, then it's a done deal.
Wow. Okay. Now I'm just trying to get my mind around this. So you're going to work with me a little bit? Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So I am coaching with this amazing man that really is very good at what he does, obviously, or I wouldn't spend the money to coach, right? And I'll just throw it out there, guys. Okay, I'm paying him $7,000. Okay, and when he first told me $7,000, I thanked him very much, and did not accept that kind of offer at the time. And sometimes sales are like that, right?
Yeah.
Meagan, it's not the right time, or we have to get more comfortable with the person, right? before we jump in. This is why we don't push in sales. And he's good at asking questions that get you to agree. Well, wouldn't it be wonderful if we could get you 3 or 4 more sales? Is this kind of what we're talking about now with soulful selling? And I mean, he is talking about serving, okay? Because here's the deal. I have such a block with sales. I don't like sales. I was a real estate agent for like 10 minutes. Okay, so actually I kept my license for 10 years. Thank you. But I sold one house ever. Okay, everybody can laugh at me. I spent probably $20,000 to become a real estate agent and to do it right, and made $5,000. So no, I decided that was not for me for many reasons. I wrote 18 deals and didn't get paid, and thank you. No. Okay.
Wow.
Done. That I was more interested in another side of it.
And we are going to take a quick commercial break, and we will be right back.
Have you ever thought about what having your own podcast could mean for you and for your business? Well, I can tell you it's been absolutely life-changing for me, and it's the funnest thing I do in my business week. Every week, I look forward to my guests and the connections that it creates, the things that I learn from them, and the exposure that I've gotten for my businesses. So I want to encourage you, if you've thought about it, if you want to think about it, go over to www.The Podcast Academy and check out my website. I've got a new course for you, and it's fun, it's fast, it's interesting, it's simple. Sometimes people are thinking about it and they have no idea what steps to take. I walk you through all the difficult things. I make it easy for you. And over on my website, you can get a free PDF. There's a free webinar that helps you understand the benefits. So go check it out, the Expert Podcast Academy.
We are back with today's special Princess Power Hour guest.
So how do you connect with that person's soul? You're listening. You're looking for their pain points, yes. And if you can help, it's a fit.
Right.
Maybe.
So I'm not really looking or listening for their pain points. I have an application process to work with me at this point, and I recommend that to all of my clients.
Oh, a what now?
An application process.
Okay.
Where the person will list out their pain points or their perceived pain points. So I know that going into it. What I'm listening for is what their soul is trying to tell me. Excuse me. So their soul will maybe list off their pain points, but I will ask very targeted questions to get to what their desired life would look like. What's your desired outcome? Where are you trying to go? When you ask those questions and really tap into the transformation that they're looking for, that's not their fear speaking. That's not their ego speaking. That's not their guilt or shame or judgment speaking. Now, sometimes that stuff can seep in and they will say one thing, but then take it back. Like, I want to make $1 million. Oh, but I really just want to make 5,000 in the next year. It's like, no, you want to make $1 million. Like, own that, claim that, step into that. So I connect with that aspect of them first and foremost. And if it's a good fit, I share with them how my products and my services will help them achieve that transformation. And this is where I think a lot of people get stuck, is they don't know without a shadow of a doubt that their product or their service can help that person achieve that transformation. And I know that confidence is 100% necessary in order for you to, number one, close sales, but to do it in a soulful and aligned way. You have to do it with integrity, right? So I tell them, this is the transformation you told me you're looking for. I know I can get you this transformation. What fears are coming up for you? Let's move through those so that you can get to what your soul is trying to say yes to right now, because you wouldn't be on this call with me unless you wanted to say yes.
Wow. Okay. So take soulful aligned sales and put a definition to it for me.
Ooh, that is a good question. So soul aligned sales is your highest self, connecting with that person's highest self, and showing them that what they most desire is available to them right now, that they don't have to do, be, or say anything other than what they want right now and be worthy of what they most desire. Soul aligned selves is compassionately moving someone through their fear, their judgment, their shame, what society has told them is possible for them, and showing them everything you want, you can have.
Wow.
And I can help you do that.
Wow. And how long does a call like this take?
It depends on the person. I mean, my calls typically last between 30 and 45 minutes. But it doesn't have to take that long at all. Like I said, this is my process. This is what I do. So most people come onto my calls already sold, and it's just a matter of figuring out what package, what system is going to be the best fit for them, which can take 15, 20 minutes.
Okay. Now, would this work for a physical product as well as something like coaching?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The secret to this, if there is a secret, is showing the person the total transformation that can happen in their life as a result of the product or the service. So we're not just talking, for example, for you, if you're selling lipstick, you're not just telling somebody, here, this lipstick is going to make your lips look beautiful. You're telling somebody, imagine going to the biggest event of the season, wearing that fabulous dress that you have been dying to wear, and wearing this amazing lipstick that totally complements everything that you have on. People's eyes are drawn to you as soon as you walk in the room.
Ooh, girl.
Imagine going up to that man that you've had your eye on for months and being able to look him dead in the eye and not worry about your makeup smudging or your lipstick being stuck to the rim of the glass. Imagine being able to just connect with him fully. That's kind of what I'm talking about.
No, you're working it. You are working it. You are working it. Yeah, I try to get the moms that are at home with their kids that forget the importance of looking great for their husbands to realize that, you know, you slap this on in the morning, your kids can be grabbing your face and your hair and everything else, and you're still going to look good when hubby walks through that door. You know, but you did it in such a way. Oh my goodness, girl. Okay. So I want to get an idea, because that was fabulous. That was like a guided meditation. I was like practically floating with that. Voice change too. Okay. So what percentage of calls do you close, say at the end of the call, versus they have to think about it and it takes some time? Because that's a reality that has to happen too.
I would say for me recently, so when I started coaching, I didn't trust myself or my system enough to implement it in this field. So I was using other people's systems, and I was closing maybe 50% of my sales. Since I've implemented my system and stuck with it, I would say 70 to 80%.
Wow. And
I would say 10% of the people that I don't close, it's because they're not a good fit for me.
And that happens. You know, I had one lady that said, I'm not going to be able to think of her exact words, but something about the title Princess Power just grated on her. Well, okay. I want to teach women that they can live in a masculine world, or they can work in a masculine, Washington, D.C. Okay. You grew up in Washington.
Yep.
Okay. And I only visited there once, but all the women were wearing, navy and gray, and they look like men in suits, and, and I was there in my pink suit. And I just want to teach women to be women and to be feminine and to be comfortable with who they are versus trying to become somebody else to be pleased. Now, does that mean every woman has to be feminine to be herself? No, I'm not saying that. Okay. Exactly. I'm saying that you don't have to give that up to compete in a man's world. And I certainly, obviously I'm a successful businesswoman, but I don't think of myself as having to compete.
Exactly.
I hear some of people's stories and I'm like, wow, that's not my experience. I think sometimes we can choose what we experience.
I 110% agree with that. And that's something that I dive deep into with my clients. Like, I am so good at selling because there is no competition in my mind. I'm not competing against the other business coaches down the street, the other sales coaches. They are my peers. They have something to offer, but I am me, and what I have to offer is amazing. So you being offered that opportunity, number one, is a privilege because I don't do it to everyone. Like I said, 10% of the people who get on my calls, I don't sell. I just let them go because they're not a good fit. So being in my energy and just what I have to offer, I know is amazing. So I don't have to compete with anybody else.
I think that's fabulous. And, with my physical product, my water ionizers that I sell, obviously I have competition. Am I worried about the competition? No. I think of it as there is enough business for everybody, right?
Yes.
Okay. Some of them have good products. Some of them don't, to be honest with you. There's one that's super old technology. The technology is like 15, 20 years old now. They sell that product for more than double what I sell mine for because it's multi-level. They sell tons of it. Okay. There are some negatives about that product, but I don't need to bash their product to sell my product. When you have a great product, who cares if they get some and I get some, right?
Yes. My fiance jokes with me all the time because anytime we're watching TV, I get very frustrated when I see advertisements that do that. You don't have to bash another product to make yours seem amazing. If you have confidence in yourself and what you're offering and your product, if it's physical or intangible or it's a service, that should do the selling for you, right?
Right.
There's more than enough in this world to go around. And honestly, that's lack mindset.
Exactly.
I don't have time for that.
And you know what? Okay, for everybody that's listening, I was raised by my grandparents who grew up in the Depression and total poverty mindset. I mean, she still chews me out if she sees me throwing out wrapping paper. She keeps old envelopes. Okay. And when somebody brought to my attention, probably about 18 years ago, that I had kind of a poverty lack mindset, I didn't get it at first, but then I started finding all my used envelopes in my house and realizing that, there are actually more envelopes out there and it's okay to use a new one.
Yep. And it manifests in so many different ways depending on the person.
It does. It absolutely does. And, there's fear. I can remember, and I still do this, okay? I remember I would do the grocery shopping when I was 8 years old, and I never buy one can of anything. And I will confess, and I will admit that this is a little excessive. I opened a drawer the other day, and I had 18 rolls of Scotch tape.
Wow.
18 is probably unnecessary. Now, I run multiple businesses,
right,
and some of that was my business tape, and it all got combined because of the move. But yeah, so I'm not afraid to spend money. I'm not afraid to save money. I think there's balance in there.
Yes.
Balance is good, right, Meagan?
Absolutely.
Okay, so what are some more tips that we can get to this place of connecting on a soulful level? Is it kind of intuitive for you, and how can you transmit that to other people?
So for me, I am a very intuitive person, so the process is intuitive. I think everyone has a level of intuition in them. It's just a matter of drawing that to the surface and having them trust it. But if you're like, intuition is not for me, I'm not going down that road at all. A couple things that you can do. First and foremost, know yourself.
Okay.
Like, what do you do? Or know yourself and your product, because even if you're selling your product, you're selling yourself, because they could buy that product from anybody else at any other store. So who are you? What do you do? What makes you different? Why would somebody come to you? Get really clear on those things. 2, get really clear on the total transformation that your product and service is going to provide. So like I did in the example, I'm not just talking about, for example, for me, I'm a sales coach. You're not just going to make more money. your life is going to change as a result of working with me. You'll have more self-confidence. You'll have greater self-worth. You'll be able to raise your prices. Imagine not worrying about looking at your bank account ever. Imagine looking at your bank account and being able to see, oh man, I could take a vacation tomorrow if I wanted to. It's those kinds of things. Be clear on the total transformation. And then third, sales is all about asking questions. If you ask the right questions, a person can overcome their own objections. And this is why I don't sell, because the person sells themselves.
Okay, so I want you to repeat the last part. If you ask the right questions.
If you ask the right questions, a person will sell themselves.
Okay. That is amazing. Okay, I'm writing that down, guys. I'm sorry that we have time. I had to get that. That was such a good quote. My goodness. Absolutely awesome. Thank you, Meagan.
Absolutely.
Wow. Well, what do you wish you knew when you first started this that you know now?
Soul aligned sales or my business in general?
Life in general.
That it is 100% okay to be me in all of my glory. So not just the good things that I love about myself, the fact that I'm a good listener and that I'm great at sales, but the fact that I cry during Disney movies and it makes me upset to see other people suffer. And the fact that like I do spontaneously burst into tears sometimes like that, all of those things are okay. And they make me even more worthy of what I most desire.
Wow. I know that I've done some Facebook Lives and, I think that people sometimes either they can wear a mask or we can put a mask on them. We can see somebody at church and assume their life is perfect and not realize they have problems. And so I've kind of made it one of my things just to be honest when I'm having problems and just to show, I have this amazing life. I have 7 businesses, grew one of them to $2.2 million in sales in 2 years, but I still have problems. And, there's times I've gone on Facebook Live and said, hey, I'm really depressed today and it really sucks. And, I'm going to be okay, but I want to talk about depression and, things we can do for ourselves when we're depressed. And, I've had crazy stuff through this move that like literally moved across country into this amazing house that is, leaking in my roof, my pipes, my windows, my doors. The basement had 2 leaks last week.
Wow.
Literally, within 30 days, less than 30 days, this stuff started, and my husband was still in California and, all these things. So, just people assume sometimes that life is perfect. And I think it's better to say, hey, I'm just like you. And your life is not perfect. My life is not perfect. And I want you to understand that because I'm always trying to encourage women, hey, you can do it all. You can have it all. You can be it all. It doesn't have to be all at once.
Exactly.
Right? So Meagan, I've just so resonated with your message and you and I are going to talk after, girl. I'm telling you. Everybody, just wait. You'll be hearing that Meagan is coaching me because she's got something I want. And I hope that she's got something that you want too. So Meagan, I'm getting a warning here that we're going to get cut off soon.
Okay.
That happens like once every 6 months on a show, but it just happens. So tell us about how they can reach out to you and about the different offerings that you have.
Absolutely. So you can go to my website, meaganwardcoaching.com, though there is nothing on there. Proof that you don't need a website in order to sell high end. If you want to dive in deep with me, I encourage you to go to my Facebook page, Meagan Ward Coaching on Facebook, and join my Facebook group, the High End Sales Society. It's a fabulous community of women who are looking to make a massive impact and income. And I just had a woman tell me the other day that just being in that space has up-leveled her in massive ways. So you should join us in there. As far as offerings that I have available, I put together one specifically for your tribe, Natalie. And I think it's going to be amazing. So it's a soul-aligned sales intensive session with me. So 90 minutes with me, we dive deep, and I teach you everything that I know that is in alignment for you and what you can handle right now, obviously, followed by 1 week of boxer support. And that is $250. It's a steal, to be honest. But
okay, everybody, I'm telling you right now, she already sold me when she did the lipstick thing and practically got me hypnotized. Okay, I'm spending my $250. I'm getting my 90 minutes plus the follow-up. And I hope you get it, how valuable what Meagan has here. I've been following her on Facebook. I've been trying to get a hold of her for a while. Yeah, I have, haven't I?
Yeah.
She's just ignoring me. I'm like, hey, you want to be on my show? And she's just ignoring me and ignoring me and ignoring me. And we connected again the other day. And I'm like, hey, I already sent you the link before to this.
It's been a whirlwind. That's proof. My life has not been all together either. The back end, there's been some stuff going on and some transformation. And it's just proof that nobody has all their stuff together, right?
Girl, that's not even the point. The thing is, when we are working and we're working from our passion and from our joy, there's still work. There's still paperwork. There's still, accounting. And, I do my payroll every Thursday, and I plan out 4 hours for that. And I added it up yesterday. I think I really only had to do 12 checks altogether. But it still took a major chunk of my day because of all the different nuances of things that have to, you got to dot your I's and cross your T's, right?
Exactly.
There you go. That's business.
Yep.
All right, everybody. Well, this has been Meagan Ward, and we have been talking about how to close high-end sales. High-end sales. She's talking about $5,000, $10,000, $15,000. I really wish I could have gotten more out of her from this show, but unfortunately my recording device is going to shut us down. So everybody reach out to Meagan, and I'm going to. And Meagan, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, my pleasure.
Thanks so much for listening to the Princess Power Hour with Natalie Thomas. For more great content and to stay up to date, visit princesspower.com or on Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, and Twitter at PP Princess Power. Until next time, work smarter, not harder. Have a question for your host of Princess Power Hour, Natalie Thomas? Contact us at www.princesspower.com or tweet us at PP Princess Power.